Welcome back to my channel. This is my makeup look today. It's very fall inspired. I'm so excited for fall. It is the beginning of September, so we're getting closer and closer every day. For my eyes, I used these two palettes today. Keep watching if you want to see how I got this look. And as always, all the products that I used on my face will be listed down in the description box below, as well as some other helpful links if you want to check what's down there. Technically, autumn doesn't begin until the end of the month, until the end of September. So I'm doing a fall look today because I'm trying to hurry autumn along. I've got a fall colored top on. I've got my pumpkin waffles candle. I'm going to be using this palette for my eyes. It's the Ace Beauty Scarlet Dusk palette. So it has some really warm shades. Some of these lean a little bit more coral, so I might have to like mix and match with another palette, but I'm kind of going to focus on this one mostly for the eyes. So I'm going to start with primer. I'm using the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. It's been a little while since I've used this one. A little bit all over my face. And then blend it in with my foundation brush. And then for foundation, I'm going to go in with the Physicians Formula Butter Believe It foundation in the shade Fair. I haven't dyed my hair in a few years. It's been like probably 3 or 4 years, I feel like. So I've been letting it grow out to get back to its natural color. And I always really want to dye it whenever it starts to get cold out. Whenever it starts to get fall, I either want to dye my hair really dark or cut bangs. You know, just like a little change up. The past couple of falls, I cut bangs. They've grown out quite a bit now, and I was thinking of cutting bangs again this fall because I really like them, but they're also very high maintenance. But then I was looking back on pictures whenever I had really dark brown hair dyed. I loved it like that, and I kind of miss it, really miss it. So I think I'm going to do that. For my forehead, I basically use like that much, the tiniest little bit of foundation. For my under eye concealer, I'm going to use the LYS Triple Fix Concealer. I'm going to go ahead and set these cream products with the RCMA Loose Translucent Powder. I've been using this little like dense, this is technically a foundation brush, because I can kind of press it, you know, exactly where I want it, and I like the texture that it kind of gives. And I always set my eyes first, and underneath my eyes, make sure you get plenty of powder there. And then I go on and just kind of lightly dust the rest of my face. So I'm grabbing this Ace Beauty palette, the Scarlet Dusk palette, and I'm going to start with this top orange shade here called Sunset Rose. And I just have a kind of a small fluffy little crease brush. And I'm blending this in my crease and then kind of just up above it. And I'm also making sure that the most shadow is kind of on the outer corner of my eye. Like I'm building it up a little bit heavier there. And I'm blending it out all the way up to my eyebrows, just very gradual, you know. So far I got about like this, and now I'm going to take a little bit of this on my lower lash line. I'm blending a little bit of the shade Crimson over top of the shadow I already have. I'm jumping over to a different palette. This is the Celestial Thunder palette by Dominique Cosmetics, and it has this orange shade here called Lunar Eclipse. And I'm putting this shade I'm dipping it into the palette on the side of the brush and then tapping off the extra. And then the side I'm doing down so that most of the shadow kind of gets on my lid and it doesn't go up. Also blending a little bit of this Lunar Eclipse shade on the lower lash line. I'm jumping back to the Ace Beauty palette, and I'm going to grab this shade Hibiscus. It's a very shiny, kind of coral shade, but I'm putting it over top of my whole lid. Both of them, and I'm blending it on the lid and also just kind of up into the crease to make sure there's no like harsh lines, but not really right on the inner corner, leaving that part blank, just on the rest of the lid. I'm taking this smaller little pencil brush. I'm going to grab the shade Aruba and just put this all in my inner corner, and I'm kind of bringing it down about halfway across the lower lash line. I'm going to take a little bit of this Aruba shade on my finger, just a small little bit. I'm going to even tap some of it off and just go on the very center of my lids for a little bit extra. This shade is a little bit more like glittery than the Hibiscus shade, so it brings a little bit more sparkle. So now I'm going to add some blush, and I'm going to use one of my eyeshadows as blush, the very first one, Sunset Rose. I'm going to just kind of dip it all in like that and then wipe most of it off on the back of my hand so I can start with a very, very light amount. And then that way I can kind of build it up and see how this works as blush. So I've got a little bit of an oranginess there. So now I'm going to go to the Crimson shade to bring a little bit more like pinkiness into it. And of course put some on the tip of my nose. And how I do my blush is kind of in just like a little bit of a U shape, just from here all the way up to the tail of my brow, just like this whole area here. I'm going to use the shade Aruba for my highlight. Put a little bit on the brow bone as well. I haven't done my eyebrows yet, but I will do them in a moment. A little bit on the nose, a little bit on the cupid's bow. So I filled in my eyebrows, and now I'm going to take my liquid liner. This is by KVD. It's the tattoo liner. It's my favorite liquid liner. It's so good. And I'm going to put a little wing on my eyes. So I got a little flick on there. It's not like a huge wing, it's just a little one. Now I'm going to take a waterproof black liner and tightline. And I'm tightlining on the upper and lower lash line, but just kind of lightly on the lower lash line. Or waterline, not lash line. About like 2/3 of the way across, not all the way to the inner corner. I'm going to go ahead and add some setting spray. This is by Too Faced. We gotta get the setting spray to dry. Close your eyes when your setting spray is drying, because otherwise your eyeshadow will probably crease. I'm going to go ahead and add me some lashes on. These are by Kiss. The style is called White Shirt. And lastly, I'm gonna do lips. I'm thinking of doing a really dark, like purpley lip. The lip liner that I'm using is by Isabelle DuPont. It's the lip pencil in 407. Any like dark purple like this would do. This is just like the only dark purple I have. And then I'm gonna go over top of it with Forever Matte liquid lipstick. RK by Kiss, the brand of this. Forever Matte liquid lipstick. The shade Sundaze. Then the lipstick over top. This lipstick is very pretty. It's a very pretty color. The formula is very dry and it can kind of be crumbly if you put too much on, so I always do a really thin layer. Forgot one thing. I'm going to add some mascara to my lower lashes. And here's the finished makeup look. And that completes this video today. I really hope that you enjoyed watching. If you want to see more content from me, I have plenty of other videos that have already been uploaded, but I also post twice a week on Mondays and Thursdays. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you in my next video.